Hi, today we are going to see Oracle DDL command create table. Oracle create table. Before tables can be used, they have to be created, and this is generally the job of the DBA. Normally users will be restricted to use this command create table. Creating tables is done with the create table command. Oracle create table syntax defines the table name and also the columns in the table and the data types of those columns. And the create table syntax defines what table space the table resides in, but this is optional one. But in the real-time environment we have to use this, otherwise our table will be created in the default table space, that is system table space. During the time of recovery it will create problem if you store all the data in the system table space. So we need to create a separate table space where the user related table should be created. Now we will see one example. Here there is one example is there. It is we are creating one table called books, and this is here along with the column name the data type number is specified. Apart from that we have given one more thing, that is called primary key. If you specify the constraint on the same line as the column associated with the constraint, then it is called as inline constraint. In this case, the keyword primary key means we are defining primary key constraint on the books table. Here in this example, we are creating one table called books, which has 4 columns. The first column is the book ID, which is a number data types. This means we will be storing only numbers in this column. I will execute this example. We are creating one table. Just you have to specify the syntax like this, and just click this, the table will be created. And if we use the command DESCBOOKS, that means description, the table structure will be shown. Okay, this is the table what we have created now, and we can create the table. But what happens here is here we have mentioned as an inline constraint, but we have not specified any constraint name. So if you check the table, the system will automatically generate one constraint name for this one. If we go and check over here, it will create the constraint name like this. In general, it should not be like this. We should give one constraint name, then only we can easily identify it. Otherwise, future reference purpose will be very difficult to identify which primary key in which table it belongs. So it will lead to confusions. So in order to avoid that, we can use this type of syntax like create table books. After specifying the column names and data types, we can give the constraint name and then primary key on which column. This is one more syntax. Here is there. Okay, now I will use this syntax. I am dropping that table books, and drop is the command used to drop the table. We will see it later, but here I am going to create the table in the same name, that is why I am dropping the table. I am creating the table. Okay, here I am giving the constraint name at the end of the creation and primary key on which column. Again the table got created. here if you check the constraint name will be there, so it will be easy for us to identify the primary key. Okay, what is the purpose of giving the primary key? A table to qualify as a relational table, it must have a primary key. Primary key consists of one or more column whose data contained within in used to uniquely identify each row. In order to identify the row uniquely, we have to use this primary key. And one more key is the foreign key. Actually, foreign key is a column or combination of column whose values match primary key in different table. We will see it later. Thanks. Bye.